Hey guys, what's up? Zax here. We are here with career mode once again. This time we are in Bahrain. We're going to be starting in 16th position after getting through to Q2, but not really progressing after that. And away we go. We'll put it into the fast fuel mixture, but let's hope for a better race pace than qualifying pace here. We weren't too strong in qualifying. It was a little bit of contact there. It was a tricky qualifying session, and I didn't really get the most out of myself and the car. Everyone's all over the place here. Gutierrez leaving gap on the inside. Should I take it? I think I'm going to have to take it here. I'm going to need to really make up some positions here. The Resta has got a good start up into 9th. However, he's got slightly tagged, I think, there by Webber. Webber now tagging Hulkenberg. This is an action-packed first lap here, as everybody's looking for manoeuvres. Now we'll dive it down the inside here as our teammate Willie back out. No, we're running side by side. The rest are in 9th, I'm in 10th. Can I get a manoeuvre done? Can down the inside here. One thing about the AI, they're still very timid on the first lap. There was a bit of contact there, I'll have to admit, with Rosberg, which was completely my fault. But AI is still very timid on the first lap. They don't really put up much of a fight, which is frustrating because I obviously want to do as best I can. But obviously I don't want to force AI drivers out of the way. But look at the gap already. Raikkonen has pulled out in front of us, 2.5 seconds. At that sort of pace, I'm just never going to be anywhere near the top 10 in terms of points. Not points, pace. I'm never going to be anywhere near those guys. So it's just a bit unfortunate that I've got to be very fast on the first lap. Otherwise, I'm not going to be in the points at all. But a good start. I don't think there was really much contact. The move on Rosberg was a bit risky, but I did it with minimal contact, which is alright. Well, it's not alright, but I had to go for it. Now the rest are going around the outside. We'll break a little bit later. These Bahrain bollards have been thrown up as AI drivers, and myself take the corner as best as can, but sometimes clipping those bollards can end in catastrophic failure. I think we remember in 2012, if you hit one of the bollards at certain times, you could just completely destroy your car. That's a bit embarrassing when that happens, because obviously nothing that the driver can do about that. I think it's the middle sector where I'm actually quite good, but the AI are attacking quite a lot. Is that a Red Bull? Is that Mark Webber down there? I don't know, but if it is, not a very good race for Mark. Now we've got to take out all of our skill for this race to defend, because I think a couple of people saying your defending's pretty good, Alex. You haven't got the skill to keep in terms of pace, but at least you've got the skill to keep them behind you. So it's a bit annoying that I've got to make up all my time on the first lap, but I'm going to have to deal with that whilst I learn this game. We've got Monaco in a couple of races, so that's definitely going to be interesting for you guys to see how badly I end up doing that. But hopefully it's not that bad. Hopefully I can secure some points there. But actually it's probably my best opportunity to, go there with legitimate pace. But it's not looking bright. But at least I'm in the points here. DRS being enabled. Raikkonen pulling out nearly 4 seconds in 2 laps there, which is embarrassing for me. Even though the Lotus car probably is quite a lot faster. Rosberg now all over us, a car that was, I think, on pole position here in real life, struggling to get inside the top 6. This time he is battling with the Force India. Don't think he really expected that. Can't really remember what happened in Bahrain. I don't think I was actually there to watch the Bahrain Grand Prix this year, but I know Rosberg was on pole and then Vettel got the win. However, in that first sector, oh no, we're wide. In that first sector, I think I gained time on Raikkonen. Now we're running side by side here. This can't be good. He's going to get me on the cutback. Indeed he does. Rosberg playing the long game. He grabs the position back. So that's good for him, bad for me. But we're taking different lines through these corners. If I identically followed all the lines of the AI, I'd probably be doing a lot better here, but yeah, I'm not. Can we grab... I don't understand, look, in the straight line they're just a little bit faster, but then we grab the slipstream and doing a bit better there. So we might be able to re-overtake Rosberg here. If we get a good run through here, which we completely fail at. And looks like we're going to have to be doing the move under DRS. Can we Kers and DRS it up enough? I think that's enough Kers to get the move done. Brake a bit later. I saw a front wing on the exit of the corner there. We're running side by side with Rosberg. Rosberg's always trying to get through there. That's not an easy place to overtake. Tab the brake. No, I was trying to dab the brake on and cut back, but yeah, he completely ruined his race. Luckily, I backed out of that, but I got the move done. What I was trying to do there was try and do the cutback, but it looks like Raikkonen in front has lost his front wing because he's driving incredibly slowly. One thing I love about the AI, they're making mistakes, they're crashing into each other. Not necessarily the drivers you'd have thought that would be making mistakes. Raikkonen in real life doesn't really make that many mistakes. However, saying that, he did crash in career practice. I didn't get DRS there, I thought I might. Please don't just suddenly stop in the middle of the straight. Raikkonen, we got him. He's dispatched. And now he'll probably hold them lot up for the couple of corners here. Probably the best part of the track for him to hold them up, because they're not really going to be able to go on the offensive there. 8 seconds to Perez. I didn't know McLaren were good, especially at the start of the year. They were really bad. Now I don't know if they're programmed slightly wrong here or slightly overpowered, but I don't think somehow McLaren were fighting for top 5 places in Bahrain this year. De Resta has got that position on Raikkonen. Looks like Rosberg has sort of messed that up. But look, I'm lapping 4 seconds slower, 3.5 seconds slower than Grosjean. I just can't catch a break. There's the front wing to our left hand side, running over the bollard, which is put in the middle of the track. I wish there was like a safety car to clear up that sort of stuff. There's bollards all over this track at the current time, and it's not fun. Because sometimes we will remember back to 2012 where you had random glitches in Bahrain, especially where a floating bollard could just wipe you out the race, and I'd never want anything like that to happen to myself or any of the AI, because that would, you know, be not nice way to end it for them and myself. So what lap am I pitting? Lap 6. So next lap I'll be coming into pit lane. I've got a bit of a gap onto the cars behind. Just can't get it turned in. I drove out of my skin in qualifying to get into Q2 by like thousandths of a second. And I don't know why the race pace is just seems to be like so much faster. Maybe it's just on heavy fuel load. I'm really quite bad, which is unfortunate, because obviously that's where the points are won in the race. You don't run heavy fuel load in qualifying. I think either De Resta's probably going to go to lap 7 now. Otherwise, this is going to mess up his strategy. Just coming around the final corner, on to lap 6 here. We don't even get into the DRS zone. In fact, that was one of our better lap times. But we're still nowhere near Alonso or any of the others' pace. Bit annoying, but there's one of those bollards again. I think that's the same bollard we've run over like 2 laps in a row. The tyres start to die as we get sideways. The grip is falling, but I'm still trying to keep it on the track. That's a big thing. If I don't keep it on the track, then all hope is lost for points. That corner's a bit awkward in this game. It feels a bit different to recent games. Touching those corners a bit better there. See, the first sector I'm not actually that bad. Only 1/10 I think that was off. Right, I'm going to be using a flashback here. I don't like using flashbacks. I really don't. But I think at some point you just got to. Especially as it is my first time racing here in Bahrain. I've got to really learn the ropes. Bahrain's one of those tracks where you can really enjoy it or really dislike it. I think I'm sort of on the verge of disliking it, but I think this will be our best result of the season. No, it wouldn't. Lazier, we're at 7th. that was much more legitimate pace there. Hey, and that 7th place was a good race against my friend who's currently in 6th position. Oh great, we've been running on fast fuel mixture. This could really hurt us out now. We've got to run a couple of laps on lean. Completely missed that. Touch that corner a little, touch the apex I should be saying. Touching the corners just doesn't make any sense. Run it into pit lane. Rosberg leaving incredibly late to duck out of the pit lane. Please don't make me wait for other cars. Should be a nice quick change for the Force India guys here. And I think Mercedes going to jump us as we have a horribly slow pit stop there. Hopefully no one else coming down the main straight. That's Chilton. I don't know. I think we're not. Oh, we're definitely racing him. That's Raikkonen. See, look, I don't understand that. I don't see how that's fair. Look, we could have easily got out in front of these guys because the Williams was like further enough back, but it's frustrating because that's pretty much my race over now. Because we're going to lose so much time to... We're going to lose a lot of time to the Resta. However, I can pray that Raikkonen gets held up by Chilton here. In fact, he just ran into the back of him. His curbs are very weird in this game. Sort of throws you off the curbs. Bit weird. Ooh, looks like Raikkonen has got him there. Chilton, you should be helping a fellow Brit here. Hold up, Raikkonen. So some cars should be in the pits this lap. We'll probably get back past a couple. Hopefully that can promote us back into the points, but it's not looking good currently. As we got held up in the pit lane due to I guess the team making not the best pit stop. There's 2 cars here. We're going to be completely overhauled by teammate Di Resta here. He's got out way in front of us. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, that was a bit too optimistic. That definitely was a corner cut. Now we've got to charge hard on this lap, otherwise we're going to be completely out of anything. We've got to make sure we keep inside that DRS zone. Oh no, this lap's going all horribly wrong. Oh, there we go, that's completely destroyed it. It was good whilst it lasted. I'll charge there, but that first half of that was scruffy as you like. However, no, we didn't get it. I honestly thought we were close enough to get it there, but maybe not. We're going to have to save some fuel at the end of this race as well. I'm trying to charge here to try and get the Resta, but just seems to be taking that slightly better lines, which are getting him more speed. And now his tyres should be fully up to temperature, so yeah, that's that. Unless somebody else has to come into a pit stop again, Raikkonen possibly could do another pit stop. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in terms of that, because obviously Raikkonen pitting quite early. I can't remember what lap it was, but he could be coming into the pits for a second time. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. The DRS is available to us this time. 0.9 the gap. I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to do this here. Oh, well, we just about had enough gap there, and now we're running side by side with the Resta, and we're going to try and grab the position here, use all of our curves, and we'll grab the position back from the Resta there. So not too bad. We end up coming out technically in front. Well, we came out behind the Resta, but we've got the position back from the Resta, so some nice racing there. I don't feel that's some legitimate pace. I feel that I just sort of used the best of the car on that lap, pretty much running everything at fastest, I think except fuel. But we're going to need to save some fuel here, but I don't want to do anything just yet. See, look, the way you can just like destroy those barriers. We're going to have a nice queue on us before the end of this race. This is definitely going to be the biggest queue we've had. It probably even goes down to last place. We have had a retirement though. Actually, let's have a look at this. Can you have a look at this? No, race director. Who's retired? I want to have a look. Well, Bottas. Don't know what happened to him then. Well, there's no race incident, so no AI or not myself being blamed for that. So it looks like Perez. Is that Perez? Has Perez had a bad stop? Oh no, Perez is going across the line. So that's Button there, down in 11th, and I'm sort of worried that Raikkonen's got a lot of pace on his hands here, that he could even do a stop and come out in front of me if he can, you know, continues at this pace for a good couple of laps. He's rocketing away, 7.2 there. Our times are just bad. I'm gonna have to step up my game before I do the Afro League and all that. Do a lot of practice for that. Hopefully, you're going to be able to be in the shot for some points, but it's going to be hard, especially Australia. I know Malaysia's, by the looks of recent form, better for me. Oh, what's somebody else has retired? Am I just missing all these things? Chilton, no. Perez retired? He just did the fastest lap of the race, then retired. So we're now up into 8th position. This is confusing. This race is really confusing. I don't know what's happening here. We're going to save some fuel here. But wow. So that's interesting to see the AI retiring, but we're starting to get a little bit of a queue behind us, as always. I don't like it when the queue comes behind me, but I guess that's the only way I'm going to be getting my positions, is by doing a good first little stint. See, I thought it was Chilton that was retired, but it obviously wasn't. Whoa, what a move around the outside of Button there. But however, that's just destroyed my teammate De Resta's line through there. I'm having fun more in the race, let's just say that. I'm having more fun in the race, but it's not exactly fun being so slow. But I guess you've got to just learn the game. You can't complain too much. And the skies are getting quite grey here. Could we see any rain? I don't know. I personally don't think so. And now Button's going to be on the offensive.
Okay, times are looking good. You're matching race pace.
11 seconds to Raikkonen. He probably will be getting out in front of us. Gutierrez now coming past on the left hand side. Braking a bit later. Running side by side. I sort of had to cut across that corner there. However, I probably could have kept it on the track, but I didn't want to take out Button in that move. A straight line, they're just so much faster. I think it's maybe in a straight line where we're losing all this time. Well, just about hit that corner perfectly. Had to sort of edge Button out, however. Raikkonen, pretty much if he doesn't pit this lap, he's going to come out in front of me. He's pulling away such a big margin. And we've got a nice train forming behind us here. I reckon this is all of the faster cars. We're not hitting really any of these apexes, which is unfortunate. But you gotta live with these things. I suppose you're not going to have the best races all the time. I think we had a really good race in Malaysia, so I can't expect too much. But I think the pace hasn't just been there all weekend. This has probably been our worst weekend, but we might come out of it with our second best result if we stay in this position. So pretty much if Raikkonen pits now, we'll probably get him. But I don't think we will if he goes on for another lap. We'll see. DRS will be available for Button here as we come down the main straight with 3 laps to go. Is Raikkonen in the pit lane? Nope. 15 seconds now. I was only thinking he might have to pit again. Oh, look at this. DRS chargers behind me. There we go. That's how you keep a position. I just hate to have like a mechanical failure now. I've been holding off these guys quite well. I don't think there's really been any bad moves really in this race. That corner's always really awkward because if you like touch the apex of it, if you do like the early entrance, then you really compromise the rest of it. So I think this will be the last lap. Actually, it'll be very close. If Raikkonen pits now, I think he might come out like side by side with us. But pretty much if he goes another lap, he's easily got us, because now we're fighting, we're trying to defend off this queue. It's becoming ever harder for us to keep these positions. And with 2 laps to go, as we'll go across the line, it's going to be, well, entertaining to see whether I can keep these lads behind me. Button trying to go on the outside where there was not room. Webber dives it down the inside there. The AI are just crazy in this game. See, look, 3 seconds off Vettel's time there. I mean, if it was like 2 seconds, I'd be like, yeah, that's fair enough. But 3 seconds, I'm a little bit too slow here. And 18 seconds behind Raikkonen. The only reason I thought Raikkonen would pit again is because he had that front wing. I don't think he'd be able to go the distance, but maybe he will. I guess he will now. He's not going to pit with like 1 lap to go. Whoa, look at that train of cars behind me. I suppose I've had to expect that. Whoops, that was a bit too early into the corner. Look at this train of cars. This must go down to like 16th or something. Pretty much most of the cars, I think, are in this little queue here, which not good for me, but at least I've been able to defend from them. Look at those tyres. We've been running in slow fuel mix. That's probably why we've been so bad. We'll put it back into that now for the rest of this race. Bahrain's one of those tracks where you can like take the late apexes and sometimes be better off than doing just a normal line. But it all depends on your driving style and just how you enjoy playing the game. Now these guys are going to have the DRS. I probably shouldn't have moved to that side or moved slowly back over. However, Mark Webber really probably has this position. He just turns into me. Right, I'm going to use a flashback there. That was a sort of a stupid move from me. But yeah, I've only given myself 2 flashbacks here. So we'll defend a bit more off Webber here. And still, once again, what is this? It's going to be a penalty. Because I don't know, he just sort of turns into the corner like I'm not there. I think I was alongside. I wish I could use the flashback to have a look again, but I swear I was enough alongside to like be having a go, if you know what I mean. But it's sort of the frustrating thing about this game that I have to do ambitious manoeuvres, otherwise I'm just nowhere. Don't know why. It's probably my driving style. But 1 lap to go, and we've got a whole queue of cars behind. Even on like standard fuel mix, we're just demolished by Button. Luckily under the brakes we seem to do a bit better. Like even if we run a bit deep here, we can normally come out alongside here, or maybe not. And now we're going to have to use all the curves to try and get him into this next corner, which will compromise us the rest of the lap. Oh look, they really do push the AI here. They don't, they never give up. And I've got to really concentrate now to try and get the manoeuvre done. Again. Ooh, that's a nice looking move. Actually, I'll just slowly dab off the brakes there, so I can grab the DRS here. So a nice last lap squabble. Somebody else has retired from the race. What? Even with we have DRS and he's still faster than us in a straight line. How does that make any sense? This is a really nice last lap battle here. Position swapping to and fro, but the pace hasn't been here the whole race. The fact that we nearly lost half a minute to Raikkonen is embarrassing. It's like 3 seconds a lap. Probably more than that now because we've been squabbling this whole time. It's been an entertaining battle for you guys, but the pace hasn't been there. I think that move on right. Oh, what's that? What's happened there? Buttons drop back and Gutierrez up into 9th position. Across the line. So there we go. 8th position, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the race, and yeah, be sure to leave a like and a comment. But anyway, it's been Alex, and I'm out of here. Goodbye.